And that's why I've always hated the rhetoric that came from people like Tyler Perry or Iyanla Vanzant, where they're trying to give advice to women about, you should marry the man that can only pay the light bill. You should marry the bus driver. Not saying that there's anything wrong with those men, but when you've worked your ass off as a woman to achieve more than that, and you want your partner to be equal to you, there's nothing wrong with that, number one. And number two, that's also very dangerous advice.
We interrupt this program to prescribe you with 1,000 milligrams of red vitamins.
Right here, right now. It's the right time, It's the right sound. Right now. Tell the whole pipe down. Tell the nigga pipe down.
What's good, shout around? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. Reclaim your throne. Okay, so guys, as you can see, this is a woman who is making a TikTok, and I guess she's trying to make a joke. And she says her doing her nails and makeup and hair, but the guy, which she says in, not making me feel pretty enough. This is so crazy because men are constantly under the accusation of being insecure, but everybody knows women are the most insecure. If men were the most insecure, then we would wear makeup. Then we would wear hair extensions or whatnot. But we don't do that. We would wear lash extensions and all this kind of stuff. But we don't do that. Women wear makeup to cover up their flaws. Okay? Period. They do it to cover up pimples. They do it to cover up blemishes that they don't find favorable. They do it to sharpen their features, sharpen their jawline, sharpen their cheekbones, all this kind of stuff. And they're looking for validation from men. They're looking for the man to say, you look beautiful. Wow, you look gorgeous. But guess what? We're not going to do that all the time, especially because we're like, bro, you just put on a whole bunch of face paint that I didn't ask for. Men like natural women, okay? We like natural women. So when you put all this stuff on, I'm like, damn, what's under it? That's what I really need to see before I can give out compliments and say, oh, you're beautiful, oh, you're just gorgeous. No. I need to see what's up under that before I can make a judgment call like that. And I think that's actually pretty fair because a lot of women are catfishing men with makeup. They're fatfishing men with the size of their bodies, and they're pushing body positivity and all this kind of stuff. But the reality is these women are the most insecure, and they are trying to bring everybody down with them so that other women will feel exactly how they feel about themselves. So I always find it funny when you have women, especially on my channel, you'll have women in the comments saying, oh, you're insecure. Bro, what the hell would I have to be insecure about? I'm a jack dude with dreads, pretty much having my way in life. It's not really much that I can complain about. I really don't understand. And I'm not trying to alter my physical state. Y'all seen me, on this channel. The only thing that's changed on me is the length of my hair. It used to be down here or up here. Now it's a little lower, okay? So I'm getting some hang time, you feel me? But it's so funny that we continue to hear, oh, men are insecure. But y'all are the ones putting on pounds of makeup, spending hundreds of dollars on this and that to look better because y'all know that y'all don't look like that. You're not like that. You're not like that without makeup. You're insecure. You're scared of what you look like without makeup. That's why a lot of these women are scared to show their actual face to the guy they're interested in. It's a big trend online and on TikTok for, I've been with him for a week and he's never seen my bare face. Let's see what happens this morning. Yeah, y'all know y'all seen them TikToks. So it's absolutely laughable, the idea that men are the ones out here who are actually insecure.
On some real shit, nothing makes me happier than when I'm having a conversation with a man and he mentions his wife or his girlfriend, immediately, with quickness. I went to my local shoe store to go get fitted for some new running shoes, and this man, my little shoe tech, brings out a pair of shoes to me, hands them to me. He's like, yeah, go ahead and try these on. These are my wife's favorite pair of shoes. With the quickness, he said my wife. Within the first 10 words of this conversation, he said my wife. And all I'm saying is, if it's not like that, I do not want it. But he said that, and I was like, ooh, this man is so well trained. On some...
Well trained. So, you know, I don't want to spend too much time on this one because it's pretty self-explanatory. But it's funny how women have the ability to say, oh, a man is trained. But then when a man says, hey, I want to make sure that I can mold my woman into being the woman for me, then it's a problem. Then you're grooming her. Then you're manipulating her. Then all this kind of stuff. But this is how most men operate, right? Men who are married usually bring up their wives within instant conversation because it's just natural. They're with them the most, and they spend the most time with them. And when they're having interactions on a day-to-day basis, yeah, they may bring up their wife once or twice. But this doesn't mean he's well trained. It just means that he loves his wife, and he wanted to mention that, hey, if my wife likes this, another woman, then you may like it as well because you're a woman. But here's the thing, the issue that he's making is not every woman is going to like the same thing that your wife does. But I think that he brought it up to bring some type of likeness or similarity in conveying the fact, or using a sales tactic to get her to buy a shoe. And she can't even understand that that was literally a sales tactic. This man may not even have a wife, but he might just say that to make more sales on his shoes. So, I mean, it's absolutely hilarious how she thought this was a video, a noteworthy video to post online and say, oh, this is the goals. These are if you're not getting this, you're settling. It's absolutely hilarious. A lot of these modern women are just delusional and literally grasping at straws, trying to find some way to invalidate the rest of the male population by saying, well, if you ain't doing this, then you're doing your girl wrong, or you're disrespecting her in some way. It's absolutely ridiculous and laughable.
And that's why I've always hated the rhetoric that came from people like Tyler Perry or Iyanla Vanzant, where they're trying to give advice to women about, you should marry the man that can only pay the light bill. You should marry the bus driver. Not saying that there's anything wrong with those men, but when you've worked your ass off as a woman to achieve more than that, and you want your partner to be equal to you, there's nothing wrong with that, number one. And number two, that's also very dangerous advice, because we've seen many examples of when a man does not feel like he's on top of his household, where he's not the man of the house and he's not providing in every way possible, that he often feels threatened, and emasculated. And I've said it before, an emasculated man is a dangerous man. And we keep seeing examples of this over and over again. So no, women should not lower their standards in terms of what their partner can provide, not even because of her standards, but because of how the man is going to feel. And that's why I've always hated the rhetoric that came from people like Tyler Perry or Iyanla Vanzant, where they're trying to give advice to women about, you should marry the man that can only pay the light bill. You should marry the bus driver.
Okay, so you heard what she said. And Tyler Perry and Iyanla Vanzant and whatnot, they do say things that would rub women, especially modern women, the wrong way. She made some points here. Yes, if a woman is out earning her man, it can potentially affect his mindset, his mentality, his mood in the household. That's 100% true. But here's the thing. A lot of sisters, black women, are already dating the thug maxed alpha simp, okay? So it's not like they don't have experience with that, right? My thing is, if you're gonna date a broke dude, or a guy who doesn't make as much money as you would want him to make, like 6 figures or whatnot, then date a Malcolm. Date a hardworking man, a guy who goes to work every single day. Don't date a thug max alpha simp and then expect him to just be some hood trap star that blows up and gets a rap career or something like that. See, that's what a lot of these women are doing. They're dating the scammers, they're dating the drug dealers, and they're saying no 9-to-5 guys. We want scammers and drug dealers. But the reality is, if you're looking over these 9-to-5 guys, then all you're doing is, like they say they'll never do, you're settling. Because you're trying to make it seem like the hood dude is doing better than the 9-to-5 guy, when the hood guy can't even, he can't even use any pay stubs to apply for an apartment complex, right? Because he is a thug max alpha simp and he doesn't have any paperwork to substantiate his income. You see how that works? So when Tyler Perry and Elanya Van Zant are saying, hey, date a bus driver, date the man who works at the poultry. Like I said, date the man who works at the poultry. Date the man who works at the water plant. Date one of these Malcolms, mildly attractive, lucrative, communicative, operational, likable men. When we say that, a lot of times the black women have apprehension to that because they're like, why would I struggle? Why would I say da? But the reality is y'all are dealing with thug max alpha simps who don't have anything anyway, who may still be living with a mama, who may still be in the hood. Okay? So that's what Elanya Van Zant and Tyler Perry are talking about. Y'all are dating thug max dudes and they're not doing anything for you. How about you date a good man who's working a 9-to-5? He may not be making all the type of money that you want him to make, but he's a good man. He comes home every day and he works a 9-to-5 and he goes to work every day. Okay, but no, they say, oh, I want the flexibility. I want him to be an entrepreneur. In a lot of these women's minds, an entrepreneur is just a trap ninja. Let's keep it a buck. Okay, especially in the community when we dealing with black women, is she talking about a trap star? That's really what it is. So, I think that she made a couple good points here, but she is pretty much, I think she's not really addressing what Elanya Van Zant and Tyler Perry actually said and what they meant, because they know the game. Tyler Perry knows the game. He knows that some of the most successful, most famous, or most accomplished black women are dating thug max alpha simps. He knows that. Okay, that's why he put it in every single one of his movies, because that is very common and the norm, i.e. Nicki Minaj. Okay, so we have examples here. They're gonna deny it, but the reality is set in stone. Okay, that's why they have so many complaints about, oh, my baby daddy ain't do this, my baby daddy. Who do you think these baby daddies are? They're thug max alpha simps all the way.
Call him up. Call him, baby. Call him right now. I'm calling.
All right. So this is actually something that gives credence to the last video that I reacted to. This is a matchmaker, a black woman who's a matchmaker, and she says, matchmaking my client with a handsome man that's single, no kids, makes great money, but is 5'8". That's another thing that black women do not want to settle for, okay? The height pill. And she's making, this is a, I forgot the brother who sings this song. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm losing it right now. But anyways, she's making a reference to this song because she's like, call him up. This is a good man. You don't want to miss your opportunity. You don't want to miss your blessing. Call him up. There's nothing wrong with him being 5'8". And then the women that she's matchmaking, most likely black women, are like, no, I don't want to. He has to be 6'2". He has to be 6'1". This is why y'all are not getting good results, because you're so superficial and you aren't willing to look past the appearance of a man and look to his character, look to his integrity. So that is exactly what's going on. You talk about, oh, I want a God-fearing man, I want this, that, and that. But if he's 5'8", then you don't want him anymore, okay? And that is a huge issue in the community. The height pill is very real in the community. And a lot of black women will, stick their nose up at you if you aren't 6 feet and you're trying to talk to them, unless you're extremely attractive or extremely clouded up, okay? So this is exactly what's happening in the community, where you'll have these women say, oh, well, I don't want to date a man who's below me. I don't want to date a man who's beneath me, like that last woman said. But the reality is, he's not beneath you, okay? He's not below you, right? And then you have plenty of suitors who would be good enough for you, but you don't like that he is your height or 5'8". A lot of times these guys are taller than these women and they'll still be like, oh, well, he needs to be this tall. But the reality is you should be leaving the the tall women or the tall men to the tall women. But you have short women trying to date these super tall men. And, I see why they're doing it, right? To offset their height so that their kids can have, an intermediate height between the two. But the reality is, what ain't for you, okay? And a lot of y'all are going to keep complaining online, keep talking about how you're single and, men ain't this and men ain't that. But the reality is, your standards are just, it's unfathomable, right? They really are. And then the guys that you're describing definitely don't want you. But you already know, it's your boy Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship request to the email down below with a screenshot of your CashApp so no paying your ties, man. Y'all need to be on your mark freaking name with the BS. You already know. Reclaim Your Throne.
Want to become an elite level athlete? Well, look no further. The Reclaim Your Throne Elite D1 training course is all you need to take your performance from subpar to the creme de la creme of athletes all around the world. The purpose of this course is to give you a comprehensive weight training, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance program that is meant to prepare young athletes for collegiate and professional sports. This course is packed with over 2 hours of creative, action-packed lifts narrated and coached by yours truly to assure increased strength, speed, flexibility, recovery, and endurance. Hey, I get it. Training alone can be tough and can even make you feel misguided or somewhat unmotivated. But with this course, I walk you step by step through each and every lift to make sure you're using the proper form to prevent injuries and that you're hitting the correct muscle groups to render maximum results. So what are you waiting for? It's now or never. So go ahead and get the training course today so you too can reclaim your throne.